Hello and welcome to part 2 of 3 of my series of videos on word association. In my last video, I went over what word association is and how it's used by our enemies. So if you haven't seen it yet, go check it out. So let me start by asking you, the viewer, have you noticed all these new words coming out to describe left-leaning people? Words like woke, social justice warrior, leftist, snowflake, etc. Now, have you ever wondered why these words came into existence? If you thought it was because the right came up with some silly nicknames to insult them, well then I'm sorry to inform you, but you are wrong. The right, the moderates, or those that simply aren't quite left-leaning did not create these words. That's just what they want you to believe. So if the right didn't create them, then who did? Who are they? They are the left themselves. Yes, it sounds crazy, but it's the woke that made the word woke, the social justice warrior that made social justice warrior, and so on. Now, I'm sure the big question you have is, why did they make these words? And I'll answer that when I get there. But first, let me explain how they spread these words. See, the spreading of these words and terms was a simple task, really. They have social media pushers that take on a fake persona, a controlled opposition, if you would. Its purpose? To inject these words into the public mind through social media. So what is the purpose of this? Quite simply, to do the opposite of word association, to create disassociation. Simply ask yourself this. What does woke or social justice warrior mean? The answer is a word to describe a left-leaning person. And that's all they will ever be. They are simply descriptive tools for left-leaning people. But let's use real-life examples. Not long ago, Mayor Lori Lightfoot once said she would not do interviews with white reporters. Ilhan Omar has a litany of anti-Semitic comments, and Don Lemon once said white men are the biggest threat in this country. When you look these things up, you get one of two things, an article defending them or an article calling them woke or crazy. And the reason for this is simple. They don't want to call them what they are. We have words for people like them, strong words like racist and bigot. You see, these new words that people think are insults are actually a shield that protects them from real words. It prevents them from being associated with racism, bigotry, authoritarian, and fascist. So how do we combat this? It's quite simple. We don't use their fake words or terms, and two, we always call them what they are when speaking about them. Here's a quick example. Imagine a conversation that goes like this. Person 1, hey, what do you think of Mayor Lori Lightfoot? Person 2, Lori Lightfoot is crazy woke. I'd never vote for her. The problem with this conversation is the descriptive word. It's fake, and is in the wrong place in the sentence. This is how I would respond. Person 1, hey, what do you think of Mayor Lori Lightfoot? Me, the racist Mayor Lori Lightfoot is crazy and I'd never vote for her. See, I put the descriptive word first so that racist will now become synonymous with her name going forward in conversation. By doing so, this puts the thought into the public mind and will most likely get you this kind of response. Person 1, why do you call her racist? Me, because of her racist attitudes towards white people. She has stated that she will not do interviews with white reporters. See, by putting the descriptive word first, it forces the conversation into Lori Lightfoot's racist actions. It also allows you to bring up direct evidence of her racism. Let's use another example. Person 1, Don Lemon is the only one I watch on CNN. Me, Don Lemon is a racist propagandist. Person 1, what do you mean? Me, he called white men the greatest threat in the country and he lied about the Covington school kids. Now, if you noticed, I put the descriptive word last, which is okay because this is not an ordinary response. This is a statement. Now, of course, you don't have to put the descriptive word first, but make sure the descriptive word is the most powerful word in the sentence. Now, this is very important when using descriptive words. You must have actual evidence to use these words correctly. Whether it's a racist statement or they were caught in a lie, if you don't have the evidence, you look less credible. But what if you like using their fake words? Well, you can still use them, but you must use a real descriptive word with them. Here's a few examples. The authoritarian left, the woke racists, the woke bigots. There are many combinations you can play with. Now, of course, there will be some of those who believe that these descriptive words like racist and bigot can't be used on them. And the most simple way of stopping these people in their tracks is to literally show them the definitions. See, the dictionary is considered an authoritative voice on its own. Use it to your advantage. Here are the real definitions of racist and bigot. So let's recap what we learned. 1. Never use their words. 2. Always use the real descriptive word whenever talking about said person. 3. Have evidence to back up the descriptive word. As long as you follow those 3 rules, you will in time destroy these public figures. You will be able to manipulate the public mind. Now, the best way to facilitate the real descriptive words is to actually go out and use them, and not only that, call out anyone who is purposely using fake words to sway public opinion. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in part 3, and remember, defend your language like you would defend your own family.